Hold on.
Khan, shalom, shalom.
Shalom, Yahweh.
Giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakal Kadash.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakal Kadash.
Khan, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of the GMS camp. Right. Citation to the hope.
Khan.
My name is Barazel Gabar, and I call to Bishop of
Rob Shapat. Yeah.
Shalom to the apostles and the priests from Bishop of Berea camp.
That's right. Shalom to the priests of Berea camp. Shalom, yeah, man. So this week, this day right here, man. This week, these 3 days over here, these few days, it's a beautiful day, man. It's a day where we actually overcame our enemies. Right? It's the week of Purim. Okay, and I believe it came in. Get the exact date for you. Sundown on February 13th to February 15th Eve. All right, based on the lunar calendar, and it's a special time, man. It's a special day, man. These devils and these heathens, they celebrate all day when they overcome or when they brought us into captivity, man. This is a day to give reverence to Yahweh Shah for delivering us and defeating our enemies. Because when Yahweh Shah do it in Babylon, that's going to be another day to remember and a memorial. All right, when we get delivered from Babylon, man.
That's
so right. We should be in a Valentine's Day spirit, man.
Yep.
Right? Spirit we should be in is praising Yahweh Shah for letting us overcome our enemies.
Right.
That's the spirit that you should be in. And there's no time to be mingling, getting entwined with your enemies. ISUPK want to link up with the Black Panther Party. Meanwhile, they represent Africa. They represent Black Panther. They're heathen state of mind. It don't matter if their bloodline goes back to Jacob. They're in a heathen state of mind. So you're not supposed to be around them individuals, man.
Right.
Let's start off with this scripture. Let me Sirach 25:7. When you get a chance.
Sirach 25:7.
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing to be in the month of Purim. Let's go to Sirach 25:7 and I'll get the definition of Purim.
Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that had joy with his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
That's right.
God.
He that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. During the time of Purim, this is when we overcame the Persians, man. When that wicked ass Agagite, Amalekite, Haman was plotting against us. And we lived to see the fall of our enemies.
Right.
Right.
God. Verse 8. Well, is him that dwelleth with a wife of understanding.
Oh, that was it. That was on that. If you got the precept to bring it up. You know what? Let me get Purim real quick. If you got a precept, you can definitely bring it out, priest. Because that's what it's about, man. Hey, the Most High say he's satisfied by that. him that liveth to see the fall of their enemies. And that's what Esau does to us. What do you think Fourth of July is about? Thanksgiving, right? These are all times of them celebrating about putting us into captivity.
Yep.
You know? We're gonna go into the book of Esther and show you as well. I got the strong concordance for the word Purim real quick. That's what our people don't want to do. They want to follow their high holy days, their heritage.
Right.
You know, they want to follow Christmas, 4th of July, New Year's, a bunch of pagan holidays from our enemies.
Yep.
Let me share my screen real quick.
That's right. And like even so, like even today too. Today is a pagan holiday. They were to do to celebrate this Valentine's Day, and it's a great event today.
This wicked Valentine's Day that they're celebrating, all right,
Yeah.
which is nothing but queen worship.
Right.
Shouldn't be celebrating on being in no damn Valentine's Day spirit, man. Purim, the strong concordance for the word Purim is per or Purim, lot or peace, a special feast among post-exile Jews to celebrate their deliverance from Haman's destruction through Queen Esther's heroic actions. Please expound on that. Please, Barzal. No, expound on that definition right there. What is that saying?
Yeah, well, exactly what happened. Haran was a wicked man. Well, he wanted to oppress the Israelites. You know, he wanted to oppress the Israelites. So so he was just a pure hate in his heart for the Israelites. You know.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I got Hammond in the Compact Bible, you know, the Zandavin Compact Bible Dictionary. It says Hammond, the great enemy of the Jews.
Right.
Come on. The great enemy of the Jews? Let's look up the word enemy. Let's look up the word enemy. Give me that scripture real quick. Never trust that enemy. The great enemy of the Jews.
This is Sirach. Yeah, this is Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemies, for like as iron rusted, so is its wickedness. Verse 11. Yeah, well, yeah, you can't trust your enemies at all, because so as iron rusted, so the wickedness, and so that you can't trust them because they will just keep on deceiving you, lying in your face and stabbing in your back,
Yep, that's what enemy is, man. And it says the etymology of the word enemy from the 13th century. It says one hateful towards and intent on harming someone. All right, enemy, adversary, demon, the devil, an enemy, literally an unfriend, hostile, unfriendly. It says as a member of an armed hostile body in war, feud, the opposite military forces of a whole. It says my Indo-European words, personal enemy, cover also enemy in war. So you never trust that enemy. That's what Yahweh Shai is saying, all right? Never trust that enemy.
I'm gonna read, let me continue. Let me read. I want to read verse 11.
Yeah.
Verse 11. This is Sirach 12, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And though, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
That's right.
And thou shalt,
go ahead.
And thou shalt know that his wrath had not been altogether wiped away.
Don't trust him. Observe him. You see him. That his rust never went away. It's the same person.
Right.
These enemies, that same spirit that has been in Cain, has passed down to the Edomites, has passed down to the Agagites, to the Amalekites, to Esau, to the Germans, the Russians, the so-called Americans, these Caucasians. That is the same spirit, man. And they are our enemies. So you never trust them. So why would you trust a Vanessa? Why would you trust when he places scenarios like auto op chaos? What would you trust at Valentine's Day? What would you trust Christmas, 4th of July, New Year's, which is the celebration of the month of Janus? Souk Juma, all you damn Haitians that want to follow the Souk Juma Independence Day. You shut up when you celebrate New Year's. 1, 2, 3. Count down the damn 10, and then turn around and go drink some damn soup. Talk about some of your Independence Day about when you freed yourself from the French. Oh, all of these wicked holidays is of your enemy. You don't trust it. You don't trust the name he put on you. All right, and you don't trust any mandates he put out. Right, because he's your enemy. He's out to hurt you. Right. Let me finish on the dictionary on Hammond. It says the great enemy of the Jews in the days of Esther, Azareth, or Xerxes, as he is known in secular history, had promoted him into a high position in the court. But Mordecai, the noble Jew, refused to do him obeisance, and so Haman plotted to destroy the Jewish race. You know, in this book they put Jewish, but we understand it's talking about the Jews, right?
Right.
But the Most High intervened. Esther foiled Haman's plot, and Haman died on the gallows he had made for Mordecai. Okay, so the Most High delivered us. The Most High always came through and helped us with our enemies. So this is a day that you Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans should be observing. Not no damn Christmas, no Kwanzaa, no Easter, no Valentine's Day. This is the day you should be proud about. These 3 days.
That's right.
Well, what is it? The 13th to the 15th?
It's finishing tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yeah, these 3 days you should be excited. This is when the Most High, put the spirit on Mordecai and Esther, man.
That's right.
These are our enemies. You know? Yeah, you got more, or that's it?
Yeah, I got a quick precept to back this up, back up what you're saying here. There's Psalm 58, verse 3. The wicked are strayed from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. Speaking like, yeah, well, this is exactly what Mordecai's plan was and what the plan is today still, you know. Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, all these pagan holidays, where you put all the energy into spending your last money, you know, for this one day where it's not what is irrelevant. This is all lies. It's to keep you astray from the truth. When you're supposed to be celebrating Purim, this was a great day when the Lord delivered Israel again, you know, because of faith and hope and Mordecai and Esther. You know, so these are things you're supposed to remember. You're not supposed to forget these things. So the lies going to lay upon you with all these things because they're born speaking lies. So Valentine's Day is a lie. All these days is lie. Just think to keep it distracted from the truth. The true holidays. The true high holidays. You know, so the same plan Haran, the same plan Human had, it is here today again.
Yeah.
You know, back again, full circle. You know,
that's right.
And Jake put up in the web, and all a lie, yo. You know,
because they all into the lie, and the emotions is attached to it, because they've been passed down to them from culture to culture, but they don't understand that it's demonic, and it's a snare to their souls, right? And it's a sin, and the wages of sin is what? Death.
Yep.
You're not under the covering of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. How can the Most High forgive you? The Most High sees blood. He wants blood.
Right.
All right. That's the payment for sin, blood. So a lot of you, Israelites, that don't repent, it's going to be a lot of bloodshed.
That's right.
What you say, the blood, shall be to the horse's bridle.
Yeah, because so like if you see the average Jake, or you go say to the average Jake and say, yo, they the high only they call Purim, don't buy no teddy bear. You know, Jake will laugh at you. If you tell Jake, boy, don't buy no teddy bear, don't buy no chocolate cake, that cake with that heart, what you doing, boy? This is, he ain't gonna want to hear that, because he girlfriend expecting this heart as rose and a teddy bear. He can go and tell his girlfriend, yo, today is the day of Purim, yo. Today was the day the great Mordecai and Esther were delivered from the hands, of the wicked. They don't want to hear these stories. They don't want to hear these great biblical stories, because they don't believe. Thank God, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're here today to continue and practice righteous act.
I appreciate to be here. Isaiah 3:12. He said, as for my people, children are their oppressors. These children walking around here, running around loose, doing what they want to do. Mom, I ain't doing that. Dad, I ain't doing that. Nah, I'm staying in the game. Big Billy, all right? Big Woo, Big Cho, all right? TD, BD, ride till I die. Oppressing their parents, right? It says, and women rule over them. Hey, you serious? You couldn't give me nothing? My best friend, she got me something. She got her man. Her man got her something. All right? The women rule over them. These guys being panic attacked, sweating, running to these stores in order to what? Satisfy the woman. All right? Not trying to satisfy what they should be, which is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right? Because the women rule over them. This is what the women want. They want that special day for themselves, all dedicated to them. Okay? Now, we're not saying you can't do nice things for your woman. That's your woman. You can do nice things for your woman. But you got to understand, okay, yes, the deeds that's being done on Valentine's Day, some may say, hey, it's good deeds, it's unity, it's building. But it's not about that. It's about the origin and the vibration of Valentine's Day. It's literally a worship. It's an idle day. Yeah. It's an idle day. It's a worship and it's an idle day. All right? You don't need one day to do something special for your woman. All right? You can do it either every day, here and then, special occasions. Hey, the month of Purim. You can do something for your woman. You can do something for your woman in the month of Purim, in these days right here, because hey, yeah, we overcame our enemies, babe. Here's some flowers. Here's a feast. Let's have a feast. All right? You don't gotta observe the holiday, the hell days of our enemies. It's as for my people, they are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Your path should be forward, seeking the truth, seeking the knowledge, seeking the wisdom, right? Waiting to grow in this truth and get closer to your maker, because that's what you were ordained to do, right? Here's the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, because this is what we are. This is who we are. And the more that you deny it, the more that you stay away from it, it's going to be more death and hell put on you.
Right.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua should be feared, and he is like that.
That's right. Because that's the duty. Because that's the duty, man. That's the duty, man. Duty.
That's your whole duty.
Yep.
You got more on that?
Yeah. This I'll bring out verse 4. This is Psalm 58, verse 4. Your poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her air. Yeah, well, like a serpent, the enemy deadly, yo. The enemy is a deadly thing. You know, so Jake just thinking that, you know, it's a hunky-dory with them and all of them, but the poison is like a poison from a serpent, yo. You know, and the bite is very deadly, you know. So it's exactly what we're going on right now in society today. You know, them clinging on to all them nations, and them nations don't love them, yo. You know, them nations gnashing the teeth at them and grinding the teeth, yo. You know, so them think that all them nations love them, this one love thing, and love everybody. That spirit them pushing go he so want. He want that spirit all day, yo. That one love spirit will get you to death. They will hear to death. They don't like you. They just want to see you in that state, yo. You know, to support all the stores, you know, to support the corner store, all these hookah joints across all these hookah stores now. You know, it's set up for Jake to go down in the pit.
Exactly.
You know.
Let's get some of the history. If you done with that, yeah, keep going. If you're not done.
I'm done here.
Let's get some history on Haman's plot against our people, man. Let me get Esther the third chapter.
Yeah, Esther chapter 3. Yeah. Start from top or start from
We can start at 1.
Is Esther chapter 3, verse 1. After these things, did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agite, and advance him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him, verse 2, and all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence.
All right. So now, who's Haman? And they call him the Agagite. Now, if Saul, all right, wicked ass would have followed the orders and eliminated Agag, right, we would not be in this position to this day. All right. That's why it shows you the importance of following instructions and following order and not leaning on your own understanding. Okay? Because that's what Jake liked to do.
Yep.
Lean on your own understanding.
Right? Okay? That's all.
Yeah. What you say?
That's what Jake do all day. He think you're right. You know, that all Jake does, you know, that all they does all day, you know, just think they're right at every point. You want to argue. They always know you do you, I'll do me, you know. You know, they're always thinking like it's an offense. No matter what you try to tell Jake, it's not the scripture speaking. They're looking at that you speak, they don't believe the word. You know, you're telling Jake, you're reading the scripture and then see
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know, you're telling me it's not the spirit, and he still wanna argue what like the scripture say. You know what I mean? You fight against you fight, you know. The scripture says so. If he hate you, he hate me too. So you're fighting against the world, yo. You know?
Exactly. Let me get real quick. First Samuel 15 chapter.
Oh, Samuel.
Yeah.
15th chapter. Start from 1 or go to
Yeah, start from 1 and we're gonna jump.
yeah. It's Samuel chapter 15, verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now, therefore, hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
Go ahead, keep going.
Verse 3. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
Break that down.
Yeah, well, this is an order from the most. This is an order. This is an order from the Most High. You know, he telling here that he made Saul king, and they give him an order, telling him smite everybody, the whole Amalek, smite child, smite children, smite the ox. Everybody had to go, yo. He said everybody had to go. He said every animal had to go to everybody. He said smite everything, because remember the wickedness they did. Because the Lord remember the evil, yo. The Lord remember they did. And he given that was an order. That was a direct order, yo.
Direct order.
Yep,
Direct order saying we remember these guys. And it says what we read earlier, never trust our enemies.
That's right. That's right. Khan.
Let me get some history real quick.
I can't.
Let me get slot here real quick. Let me get I'm gonna get an Exodus real quick. Exodus 17 and 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. All right, so Amalek came and fought with us. They've been always beefing with us since this day.
Yeah.
And to this day, this energy that you see the so-called white man that has, all right, and these Jewish banking families, these elite families that they're putting out these, these mandates and putting out all this poison and putting out all these set up failure shops in our neighborhoods in order to bring a downfall of you Black, Latinos, Jamaican, Native Americans. This is an energy that's of old, all right? Amalek is the so-called, Jewish man today, all right? That's who he is, man. All right, and it says he came and fought against Israel, verse 9, and Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men and go out and fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of the Most High in my hand. So we was told to go fight against Amalek. Now in these days, how are you going to go fight against Amalek? It's not physically, right? They fund the war, they run the diamond industry, they run the money. We're fighting against him spiritually. So any kind of coon activity that you're into, which means you're conforming to his ways. To fight against him is to be against his policies, his ways, his hell days that he put out, the wickedness that put out, all right? Not being around the wicked energy that they portray on our people. That's how you fight against this devil, right? It says, verse 10, so Joshua did as Moses had said to him and fought with Amalek
Right.
Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. Verse 11. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. Verse 12. But Moses' hand were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him. And he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up in his hand, and one on the other side, and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. And Joshua discomforted Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. And how are we
Right.
doing that now? With the scriptures. This is why they're taking our videos down. They're flagging us. They're trying to demonize us. They're putting spies amongst us. Okay? They want to cause brothers to fall because we're doing it with the edge of the sword, which is the word of Yahweh Shema Shah. Right? Verse 14. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in the book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. All right, so they're going to be done. All right, that's the Most High's plan. Verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of Jehovah Nissi. All right, let's see what that means real quick. Let me get it in let me share my screen and get it in the blue of the Bible. Right, everything is about looking up words like the apostles say and learning. All right, that's what we're here to do. All right, priest? 17th chapter. What verse was that? Verse 15. Lord Jehovah Nissi, which is Yahweh is my banner. All right, because the letter J was not created until the 1500s, right? 1600s. All right, so this is saying Yahweh is my banner, the name given by Moses to the altar which he built in the commemoration of the disconfigured of Amalekites. All right, that's what it means.
Strong's H 3071.
Yahweh Nissi. All right, that's what that means. Verse 16 says, let's go to verse 16. Verse 16 says, for he said, because the Lord Yahweh have sworn that the Lord Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. So we see the history of why Saul was told to destroy Amalek, man. Okay? You can jump back to that in First Samuel. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. Deuteronomy 25 and 17. Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not the Most High. Therefore it shall be when the Lord thy God hath given thee rest from all thy enemies round about in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it. All right, these Amalekites, these Jewish, elites, of Esau, of Edom. Okay, Most High is gonna blot out their memory. Okay.
What's that? Deuteronomy 5 and what was that? Deuteronomy, what you said, teach?
That was Deuteronomy 25 and 17 to 18. Let's get you can go back to Samuel. Go back to Samuel. You're reading Samuel's, right?
Yeah. This is Samuel. I'm gonna start from verse 3, Samuel 15, verse 3. Now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass, and gathered, Salakia, verse 4. And Saul gathered the people together and humbled them in Timan, Salakia, in Tilam, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah.
So he came with his
5.
army, ready to slay them,
Yeah.
right? Go ahead, let's read it.
Verse 5. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Kenites, go, depart, get out, get you down from amongst the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For he shewed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from amongst the Amalekites. Verse 7. And Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou camest to Shur, that is over against Egypt. Verse 8. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. Verse 9. But Saul and the people spared Agag.
Who they spared? They spared who?
Agag.
And who was Haman?
Haman is Amalekite.
Yep, the Agagite, right?
Yep.
All right, there you go. Because of Saul, trusting in his own understanding, all right, he spared them, right? Real quick, I'm going to get Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not on thy own understanding. All right, break that down.
Yeah, well, before Saul literally did. Saul's trusting in himself because he get an order. He get an order. Not only he get an order, Joshua get an order in Exodus, and Joshua follow the order. But following order, Saul trusted in his own hand and his own understanding. Why he spared Agag? And the Lord said, kill everything. So you come back clean on your own understanding, and you didn't obey your order. And the scripture says in Proverbs chapter 5, in Proverbs, he said, trust in your all thine heart and lead not to understanding. And this is exactly what the Saul did.
Exactly. I got another precept. Jeremiah 17, and we'll start at 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord and whose hope is in the Lord. Shows you Saul was not in the spirit of trusting in the Lord. His hope wasn't in the Lord. He wasn't blessed. This is why he lost, the spirit left him, right? And this is why those that come from the house of Saul are going to be destroyed. It says, I'm going to jump to verse 9. It says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? You can't trust in your own mind, your heart, your life. He thought sparing Agag was a good thought based off his own understanding.
Yeah.
He didn't trust the counsel. He didn't trust the order. You know what I'm saying? It says what? Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Right.
Yeah. Go back.
Khan was on verse 7. And small Right, verse 8. This is 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 8. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. Verse 9. But Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and and of the oxen and the fatlings and the lambs and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refused, that they destroy utterly. You see, Scan, so that exactly that leads on your understanding. You wanna, okay, I go spare this, I go spare that. That wasn't your charge. You know? So
Yeah,
what he take all the best sheep, the best fatling, the best oxen, he killed this one, he killed that one, he killed that one. So that everything he did was offer you an understanding. That wasn't your charge to do that. You know, that you I mean that you never really had no in your having your step to listen to the Lord, to obey the Lord's order. You know, and he make you king, he give you a king authority. So you get a charge of a king.
Exactly.
Continue.
Yeah, got
Verse 10. Then came the word of the Lord unto Samuel, saying, verse 11, it repented me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me, and had not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord all night. Yep. See what you do?
What is that? Go ahead.
And verse 12. And when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set up a place, and is gone about, and passed on, and gone down to Gilgal. Verse 15. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be the Lord, Salakia, blessed be thou of the Lord. I have performed the commandments of the Lord.
Jump to 15.
To 15. And Saul said, they have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God.
So he's trying to blame it on somebody else other than taking accountability, right? Jump to 18.
Verse 18. And the Lord sent thee on a journey and said, Go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed.
So they be consumed, completely obliterated, right?
Right. Verse 19. Wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of the Lord, but didst fly upon the spoil, and didst evil in the sight of the Lord. Verse 20. And Saul said unto Samuel, Yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroy the Amalekites. Verse 21, but the people took of the spoil, sheep and oxen, and sheaf of the things which have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal. Verse 22, and Samuel said, had the Lord, verse 22, and Samuel said, had the Lord as great delight in burnt offering and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord?
Yes, the Most High is not into more than sacrifices than you obeying his word. And Saul was trying to make an excuse, right? And we're just bringing you the history of how Haman lineage, actually how Haman even came about. If Saul would have just did this task over here. Yeah.
Behold, obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken, yes, and to hearken than the fat of rams.
That's right. Obeying is better than sacrifice, right? Listen to the words of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Listening to the order. Listening to the counsel. All right, go ahead.
Right. Verse 23. For rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry, because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord. He has also rejected thee from being king.
Yeah, the Lord is going to reject you from being king. All right. Verse 24, and that's it.
Verse 24. And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandments of the Lord and thy words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice.
There you go. All right. You're fearing men and not fearing the Most High. All right. Let's go back to Esther 3.
Esther 3 stopped on Esther 3 and 5. And when Haman saw that Mordecai
jump back to verse 2 real quick.
Verse 2. It's Esther chapter 3, verse 2. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence.
That's like us, man. We're in the king's land. We're not giving reverence to these Valentine's Day, these Christmas, these Easters. All right, these what's next that's coming? Easter's coming next, and 4th of July, and Thanksgiving, and all these wicked holidays, these wicked religions. We're not giving reverence to that. You know what I'm saying? We're only giving reverence to Yahweh Shemel Shah, as to what it says you Deuteronomy 6 and 13. It says, thou shalt fear the Lord thy God and serve him, and shall swear by his name. Ye shall not go after other gods of the gods of the people which are round about you. Right? And that's what Mordecai was doing. I'm not giving reverence to no goddamn Haman. Who is you? I worship the true power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, and that's the mindset. All right? Verse 15. For the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah, thy God, thy power, is a jealous power among you, lest the anger of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah, thy God, be kindled against thee and destroy thee from the face of the earth. All right, we trust Yahweh Shemel Shah. We fear Yahweh Shemel Shah. We know that the Lord is like that, and He will do as His word says. All
Right.
right. All right, you can go back.
Yeah, so yes, like I'm not going to say, yeah, like what you just said before about we not bound to the sword, you know, we ain't taking that job, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't taking that job, you know what I mean? We afford that job and that threat, you know, about you will lose your job, you can lose this, you can lose that, you know, that just friendly people, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
I stand for Mordecai and bow, you know,
That's right.
that great, it always had men listening to the Lord, you know, the whole feel like, you know. It all that men listen to the Lord as today, you know. We here
Mm-hmm.
today and we ain't take a job. And we surviving still. We alive. We have health and strength, you know.
That's right.
We didn't get scared by the job tactics. Or you know, you're gonna lose your house, this and that, and bow to the soul and take a job, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Exactly.
Same as Malachi didn't do that either.
Yeah,
Malachi didn't
we're
bow.
not conforming to the world, man.
Yep, can't.
Right. Keep reading.
Verse 3. This is Esther chapter 3, verse 3. Then the king's servant, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why transgresseth thou the king's commandment?
Uh-huh.
Can. Now, verse 4. Now it came to pass when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haran to see whether Mordecai's matter would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew.
Mm.
And
Okay, keep going.
verse 5. And when Haran saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haran full of wrath. So like I could say one thing, it's like today, you know, he's so mad because we put up videos and we put there about Shimmy Shah, you know, we build against the job, you know, we are falling for a trap. So this is thing for making him mad, you know. The same way how Haran is mad because Mordecai didn't bow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same Jake asked the same people asking. They want to ask the action Mordecai, well, why it is it involved? Why is he about their own people, you know? All who, you know, these people who take the job, if they want to avoid you to take the job too, you
Yeah.
know? So the people
Yeah.
to Haran, to Haman, it's the same one asking Mordecai, why is transgression, you know?
Yeah.
It's like today, why mask? Why are putting on the mask? Why are doing this? You know, it's just
Yeah.
today, same thing. Why are putting on the mask? Why are doing this? Why I want to do that? Same people back again, you know.
Same energy.
Yeah, same energy, same people, same energy pushing today again. Khan. And this is verse 5. And when Haran saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haran full of wrath. Verse 6. And he taught scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had shewed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haran sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Cyrus, even the people of Mordecai.
There you go. So that shows you that what Mordecai plotted against the Israelites, man.
Mm-hmm.
So is there something we should be linking up with these other nations, knowing that that same spirit works on them? All right, regardless
Mm-hmm.
of the appearance now or the upgraded image of the world or what's being portrayed on TV. You know, you have Martin Luther King that come out. Have a dream that one day everyone will unite. No, Hey, that same spirit drives in the vessels of those heathens,
Yep.
right? Whether subconsciously or consciously, that same spirit is in them, right? Adverse against the children of Israel because they're really against the Yahweh Shem Shah. Understand?
Mm-hmm. God.
I'm gonna read verse 7. In the first month, that is the month of Nisan, the 12th year of King Azareth, they cast Pur, that is the lot, before Haman, from the day to day and from month to month to the 12th month. That is the month of Adar, right? Uh, verse 8, and Haman said unto the king Azareth, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the province of thy kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all the people, neither keep they the king's law, therefore it is not for the king's profit to suffer them. So he tried to demonize us because why? We didn't follow the king's law, we had our own law, and it says we were dispersed and followed, and we were dispersed among everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um let me get let me see this precept real quick. Proverbs.
Proverbs.
Yeah, Proverbs 16 and now you know what? Let's keep reading. Let's keep
Keep
reading.
reading.
Yeah, keep reading verse I'm gonna read verse 8, verse 9. If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver and the hands of those that have the charge of the business to bring it into the king's treasuries. Verse 10, and the king took his ring from the hand and gave it into Haman, the son of Ham, Mephidah, and the Agagite, the Jews' enemies. We just read it in the book of Samuel, how he didn't get rid of that. He didn't get rid of Agag. All right. So look now, fast forward in the future, they trying to destroy us, man. So the month of Purim, the week of Purim is something you should observe. We overcame that through who? The power of Yahweh Shem Shah. Verse 11, and the king said unto Haman, the silver is given to thee, the people also to do with them as it seemeth good to thee. Then, verse 12, then were the king's scribes called on the 13th day of the first month, and there was written according to all that Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenants, and all the governors that were over every province, and to the rulers of every people of every province, according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, in the name of the king Azareth, which is also Xerxes, was written and sealed with the king's ring. Verse 13, and the letters were sent by the post into the king's province to destroy and to kill and to cause to perish all Jews, both young, old, little children, and women, and in the day, even upon the 20th day of the 20th month, which is the month of Adar, and to take the spoil of them for prey. Verse 14. The copy of the writing for the commandment to be given to every province was published unto all people that they should be ready against that day. Verse 15, the post went out, being hastened by the king's commandment, and to the decree that was given to Shushan, the palace, the king, and Haman sat down and drank, but the city of Shushan was perplexed. So they plotted against the children of Israel and got everyone to go against us, and they wanted to destroy us, man. And we overcame that through who? The Abba Shem Shah. Right? So now anybody that's not in the spirit of the Abba Shem Shah, now is it right to get up with them, even if it's of our own people? If you're in the delusional mindset, When you're asleep, you a heathen, which means you got the same heathenistic mindset, which you're trying to plot to kill against Yahweh Shema Shah. I just want to share my screen real quick about this right here. This is madness. This guy has a whole Black Panther suit. You got the African American flag. These Black Panthers, should we be linking up with Black Panthers around this time or any time? No. Black Panthers was infiltrated by Esau, all right? Spirit of Hammond, okay? And then these dudes do not believe or trust Yahweh Shema Shah. So should we be linking up with these dudes? You know, it's the same spirit of the heathens. And you can tell there's definitely spies in there. Let me get 2 Corinthians 6 and 14.
2 Corinthians 6 and 14.
Look at this guy. Total clown. Whole Black Panther suit on. Halloween?
You want a Black Panther suit like Black Panther?
This is a joke. Well, we got major enemies out there. You want to link up with Ham? Then the Lord said not Ham, but these guys that follow Ham, that got an African flag waving. These dudes is heathens. They in a heathenish state of mind. They have not been woken up. But you know, Ice with the K, they all bugged out anyway. Telling you to take the Vanessa. Telling you that sodomy sex is good. Anal. That's wrong. That's off. Telling you that you can sleep on a, you can mingle with your woman on a Sabbath. That's off. These are all things that the Most High is against. Hey, why call you a children of the Most High if you're not going to rehearse the righteous acts? Hey, that's how you get better in the truth. That's how you let the Spirit be willing. You know? Look.
Yeah.
Look. See that flag right there? See that flag over there? The second flag right here? Now you want to talk about black power. Everybody got to line up in dreads. Let's go to this dude. So he starts to rebuke him, but they got a whole African sign up. So it's a double-minded man right here. You know? Enough about these dudes, man. Yeah, brother, you can read that scripture.
6 and 15, you say? Or
6 and 14.
Yeah, Khan. 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Be ye not equally yoked together with unbelievers.
Yeah, break that down.
Yeah, well, this way exactly what I do right now. That this is not mixing thing. It's not mixing, blending, no blending smoothie with all these. No, this is we one. The Lord chooses special people, and this is we one. We special, yo. This is not blending with them here, my son, and that thing. I mean, that you Lord said if we not equally yoked with unbelievers, yo. This not to be blended. The Lord choose Israel, yo. And he choose the whole feel like this for it. What that guy doing there is craziness. That is madness for you doing.
Exactly. Keep going.
Khan. This is 2 Corinthians 6, verse 14. Be ye not equally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship had righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion had light with darkness?
That's
Yeah.
right, man. Light with darkness, righteousness with unrighteousness. Truly we linking with these other people. It's in the heathenist state of mind. After definitely seeing the mindset that they had over to the destroyers. Okay. So if you're not under the umbrella of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you are enemy to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It doesn't matter if you are children of Israel by blood. You're not by spirit. The Lord's not coming to save physical Israelites in the flesh.
Right.
The Lord is coming to save the spiritual Israelites. You know? Those that are of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, truly of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is the elect on 1/3. Right? Let me get Sirach 13. Sirach 13, start at 15. Another question.
Sirach 13 and 15. Every beast love it. Like every beast love it his like, and every man loveth his neighbor.
Every beast loveth his like, every man loveth his neighbor. Real quick, let me get Genesis. I'm gonna get Genesis 1 and 21. Genesis 1 and 20. And the Most High, and the God and the power said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creatures that have life, and fowls that may fly above the earth, and in the open firmament of heaven. Verse 21, the powers created great wells, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and the winged fowls after his kind. The powers saw that it was good. Verse 22, the powers blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, fill the waters, fill the sea, let the fowls multiply in the earth. Verse 23, in the evening and the morning of the fifth day. Verse 24, and the powers said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, the cattle, the creepy thing, the beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And the powers made, verse 25, and the powers made the beasts of the earth after his kind, the cattle after his kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. So these creatures were created after their kind. Okay, which means dwelled amongst each other. They was around each other. All right. When it comes to, even in the lion family, all right, jaguars be with jaguars. They're all felines, right? They all cats, right? But you don't see the jaguar hanging out with the lion.
Right.
All right. Now, even among the fowls in the air, the raven is not going to chill with the vulture. The vulture is not going to chill with the eagle. Okay? The buffalo is not going to chill with the bull or the cow or the hippopotamus. Right? They're going to be after their kind. But when it comes to the humans, right? That's when Jake want to intermingle with all these other nations. Yeah, we in captivity, so you're going to go by your day as you should. But does that mean you should dwell in their philosophies and in their understandings? All right? That means you should let them into your home, trust upon them, No, it does not. You deal with them causally, day by day. But you got to trust Yahweh Shai and understand what this thing is about. All right, go back to Sirach. Unless you had a precept.
Back to Sirach 13 and
13 and 15.
and Sirach 13 and 15. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorted according to kind,
Yeah,
and a man will
according to kind, like we just read, after their kind. This is how the Most High created them to. Okay, go ahead.
right. Can.
Go ahead.
Okay, according to their kind. Can. And a man will cleave to his like. Verse 17. What fellowship had the wolf with the lamb?
Yeah, well, fellowship is the wolf have the lamb, but to eat it. They're not chilling. They're not like, let's go hunt together. Let's go sleep together. Let's go find shelter. Let's warm up together. That's what these other nations are to you and your soul when you were rehearsing in their Valentine's Day and their 4th of July and their Christmas and their Halloween. They have no fellowship with you. It's all to devour you. Right?
Right. So what? So the sinner with the godly.
Yeah, so the sinner with the godly. The sinner has no fellowship with the godly. That's why you can't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Right?
With 18. What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog?
Yeah, you can't bring a German Shepherd to the hyena. Hey, yo, what's up, man? We in the dog family. We got teeth. We on 4 legs. What's going on? Let's we both the same. The hyena gonna look at you like, yo, like I'm different. Like I'm a savage. I run down and packs terror. I eat flesh. You a house dog. Go in the
Right.
house, you damn puppy. Like there's no fellowship between the hyena and the dog. Though they're in the same family. Even the wild dog that's in Africa, it's not in the same family with a German Shepherd or a pit bull. Wild dogs are attack animals and eat them alive while they're attacking.
That's right.
The pit bull might bite on you and lock on you, but the wild dog will eat you. There's no fellowship between the two, right? The Lord put a difference between that. And what makes you think in the animal kingdom if it's like that? And it's not like that with humans and with the nations. That's why every nation was given their own land, you know? But Babylon, that's why it's called Babylon, Babel, confusion, a mixing pot of all nations,
Right.
All philosophies. And they want to bring everything together as one circle, one world religion, new world order, right? To bring that confusion in order what? To deceive you, in order what? To know that the Most High is going to destroy you if you stay in that deceptive monster.
Right.
Yeah.
And what place between the rich
What peace?
and the poor?
And what peace?
And what peace? And what peace between the rich and the poor?
Yeah, the rich don't care about the poor, man. The rich just want to keep getting richer and keep you poorer. Right?
Right.
That's what the elites do. And that's what their mindset is. So why support them? All right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And verse 19. As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
And so the rich eat up the poor, man.
That's right.
And the month of Purim is about us overcoming our enemies, man. This is a day to celebrate because these are more days to come when we're going to overcome the enemies in Babylon. The rich eat up the poor all day, putting out these mandates, right? All right, taxing you all day, right? Gentrification, kicking you out the neighborhood, putting bad food in your neighborhood, causing diseases to come across you. Okay, so they eat up the poor. just as much as the lion is going to eat up, you know, the wild ass. You are
Right.
prey. They seeking to
He's a
slay
prey.
you. So you guys are willingly walking to the slaughter.
Yep.
Well, let me go into the slaughter of the rich. Instead of trusting in Yahweh Shem Shah, but you want to turn around and say, oh, it's a cult. You guys are in the cult.
Yeah.
Hey, damn asshole. The cult means worship. It means worship.
Right.
That's what it means. And if we're in the cult, we're in a righteous cult, the one and only true cult that matters, which is serving the Yahweh Shem Shah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are brainwashed. Yes, we are brainwashed. We're brainwashed from all the dirt and the filth and the lies that our enemies have taught us. But you guys are bring dirt, bring filthy, bring polluted.
They trust in oppression.
Huh?
They trust in oppression.
They trust in oppression.
Verse 20. As the Lord poured hate, humility, so do it the rich abhor the poor.
Yeah, so do the rich abhor the poor. And that's how they look at us, man. As being poor, as being out of wax. We fell from our heritage. We don't know who Yahweh Shem Shai is no more. We embrace the bywords and the captivity names that we have given them. They look at us as a destroyed people. But there's a remnant that the Yahweh Shem Shai has saved and risen up. Hey, just like Mordecai was in that spirit, like, I'm not worshiping you. I'm not giving reverence to you. Same thing, that same spirit that's passed down on to brothers, man. All right. That was it on that.
I got a quick precept teach.
Yeah, bring it up.
This is Isaiah chapter 40, verse, I'll get to the point, verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are him less than nothing and vanity. Yeah, so all the other nations is according as nothing, you know, and yet still these guys trying to mingle with these other Hamites and try to make it this kind of one banner with African flag, you know, and all these other things. All the other nations according as nothing. You're supposed to be happy at Israelite, pushing the wound and being special and being holy. So like in about that precept, this is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. It said, "For thou art an holy people." You know, holy means separate. So he said, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." Yeah, well, we special already, so you shouldn't be trying to mingle, you know, as an Israelite group. You're trying to, it's time for you to be stand out and highlight yourself. No, it's time for you to shine your light and bring out your, and support your shine, you know, and bring out the word, bring out the truth. Instead of trying to combine with Hamites, you want to combine your force. That make no sense. You combine with the Hamites and our African flag and that kind of all one spirit, that spirit of that vibration pushing out, call out everybody could be saved, and you know that just total madness for them doing. Whoever that group is, they need to get checked, yo.
Mosai definitely gonna check them. That was it.
Yeah.
Esther, let's go to Esther chapter 9 real quick. We're gonna jump around real quick.
Esther chapter 9. Stuff from
So that one.
Okay, Esther chapter,
and then we're gonna jump.
Esther chapter 9, verse 1. Now in the 12th month, that is the month Adar, on the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near to be put in execution, in the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews had rule over them that hated them. Verse 2, the Jews gathered themselves together in their cities throughout all the provinces of the kings Cyrus, to lay hands on such as sought their hurt, and no man could withstand them, for the fear of them fell upon all people. And verse 3, and all the rulers of the provinces and the lieutenants and the deputies and officers of the king helped the Jew, because the fear of Mordecai fell upon them.
The fear of Mordecai fell upon them, man. All right, and why is that? Because that's the fear of Yahweh Shah. Let me get a precept real quick. You can get me give me Isaiah 2. Isaiah 2.
Isaiah 2.
2 and 10, yeah. Let me get I'm gonna get Exodus 15 and 15. It says, then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed, and the mighty men of Moab trembling shall take hold upon them, and the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Fear and dread shall fall upon them by the greatness of thy arm. They shall be as still as a stone till thy pass over. O Lord, till the people pass over which thou hast purchased. Yeah, so how about Shah is able to put fear and dread upon our enemies. This is why we don't need no damn no damn weapons or no guns, man. Right? Especially in these times. Hey, government troopers could be coming at you. Right? The most I could drop fear and dread upon them like that. And they be nervous or scared. Drop their weapons, run into a mountain, run into the street, run and destroy themselves. Right? Because the Lord is the one that controls spirits and emotions. They drop that fear and dread upon them, just like they did to our enemies. And why do you think they feared? The fear of Mordecai fell upon them because that was the Lord. You know? You got that, Isaiah?
Yeah. It's Isaiah 2, verse 11.
Verse
the
10.
lofty start from 10.
Yeah.
Isaiah 10. Enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust, for fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty.
For the fear of the Lord and the glory of his majesty. Yeah.
That's right. Verse 11. The lofty look of man shall be humble, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day.
That's right. So the Most High is able to humble man, remove that haughty look among them. Right?
Right.
And this is talking about when the Lord, and in these times when the Lord returned, this is what's going to happen. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 13. And upon all the cedar of Lebanon.
You read verse 12 already?
Verse 12?
Yeah.
Lucky, verse 12. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. Khan.
and he shall be brought low.
Yeah.
And exactly what the Most High is able to do. So we're just showing you the characteristics of Yahweh Shem Shah. You know? Go jump to verse 19.
Verse 19. Verse 19 is Esther. Or Esther or in
Esther.
Esther. Is Esther 9, verse 19. Therefore, the Jews of the villages that dwelt in the unwalled towns made the 40th day of the month Adar, the day of gladness and fasting and feasting, and a good day, and of sending portions one to another. Verse 20. And Mordecai,
That's Isaiah 2:19, right?
the one that no, this is Esther 2 and 19.
No. Isaiah 2:19.
Oh, that's why I can't. Slack here. Isaiah 2 and 19. And they shall go into the holes of the rock and into the caves of the earth for fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty. When he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. Khan. Verse 20. In that day, a man shall cast his idol of silver and his idol of gold, which they made, each one for himself, to worship to the moles and to the bats. Verse 21. To go into the cliffs of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged rocks of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty, when he arrived to shake terribly the whole earth. Yes, all these heathen then they end up fleeing.
We're gonna go fleeing, man. That's that dread. That's that dread. That's that fear that Yahweh Shem outside is gonna put on the heathen, man.
That's right. You'll be fleeing across the place. All them idol they make, all them things they all them idol they make, and all the different things, all these stone, all these Muslim with this big stone they worshiping around and spraying around in circles. All of them go run from that, They go run from all the idols. They go run. They'll go in the cliff and the rock. They go train for themselves. They'll fight for their own self. You know? I got a quick precept to teach.
Yeah.
This is Psalm 73. I'm gonna start from I'm gonna start from 7. Psalm 73, verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. They are corrupt, and they speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lofty. Yes, so this is exactly what they're doing right now. They're speaking lofty, and all these things they be doing, It's just a whole man was like literally speaking to the Israelites, they're speaking lofty. He prepare slaughter for them. He make a plan for all of them, you know what I mean? So this is exactly the wicked boys planning up to this day. They're still planning to reap, to use the Israelites, reap, make them spend all the money and buy all these stuff, open dispensary to smoke weed, play basketball, and just use them, yo.
That was it?
Yeah.
Let's go back to Esther. That was it?
We stopped on Esther. I think we stopped on
I'm gonna read.
on
Esther 9 and 4 now. For Mordecai was great in the king's house, and his fame went out throughout all the province. For this was Mordecai waxed greater and greater. Verse 5. Thus the Jews smote all their enemies with the stroke of the sword, and slaughtered in destruction, and did what they would unto those that hated them. Verse 6. And in Shushan, the place, the palace, and Jews slew and destroyed 500 men. And Parashanda, and Delphon, and Aspartha, and Haratha, and Adelia, and Aradath, Aridatha, and Masta, and Ariasa, and Ariada, and Zatha, the 10 sons of Haman, and the sons of Hamathodite, the enemy of the Jews, slew they, but on the spoils laid they not their hand. On that day, the number of those that were slain in Shushan, the palace, was brought before the king. Verse 12. And the king said unto Esther, the queen, the Jews had slain and destroyed 500 men in Shushan, the palace, and the 10 sons of Haman. What have they done in the rest of the king's province? Now, what is my petition? And it shall be granted thee, or what is thy request further? And it shall be done. Verse 13. Then said Esther, if it please the king, let it be granted to the Jews which are in Shushan to do the morrow also, according unto the day's decree, and let Haman's 10 sons be hanged upon the gallows. Wow. All right, so this is, hey man, these holidays be about war, man. Be about overcoming your enemy, man. That's why Esau be celebrating to this day in America. So why our people are not getting entwined, right? This is how you should be thinking. How about Shah, praising the Lord, because Haman was trying to wipe us out.
Mm-hmm.
Finish. Verse 14. And the king's commanded it so it be done, and the decree was given in Shushan, and they hanged Haman's 10 sons. Hey, it says, for the Jews that were in Shushan gathered themselves together on the 14th day also of the month of Adar, and slew 300 men of Shushan, but on the prey they laid not their hand. Verse 16. But the other Jews that were in the king's province gathered themselves together and stood before their lives, and had rest from their enemies, and slew their foes 75,000, but they laid not their hands on the prey. Verse 17. On the 13th day of the month of Adar, and the 14th day of the same rested day, and they made a day of feasting and gladness. So this is when the feasting comes in about wrong, all right? When they overcame, and that's going to come in these next few verses. verse 18. But the Jews that were in Shushan assembled together on the 13th day thereof, and on the 14th thereof, and on the 15th day of the same day rested, and they and made it a day of feasting and gladness, which is the 3 days of Purim, of worshiping, all right, and feasting, all right, which is what we're rehearsing now. Verse 19. Therefore the Jews of the villages that dwelled in the unwalled town made the 14th day of the month of Adar a day of gladness and feasting and a good day, and of sending portions one to another. Verse 20. And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in all the provinces of the kings of Azareth, both nigh and far. Verse 21. To establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month of Adar, and the 15th day of the same yearly, as the day, verse 22, as the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, from mourning to good day, and the day, and that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another, gifts to the poor. All right. So this was a day where our mornings were turned into what? Joy. You know, let me get a precept real quick. Give me Isaiah 51:11.
Isaiah 51:11. Isaiah 51:11.
Yeah, start at 10.
Khan. Isaiah 51:10. Art thou not it which had dried the sea, the waters of the great deep, that had made the depths of the sea a way for the ransom to pass over? Verse 11. Therefore, the redeemed of the Lord shall return, singing unto Zion.
Man, that's what we're doing. We're coming out singing. We're coming out bringing out these scriptures, bringing out these prophecies. That's the redeemed of Zion. That's what we're doing. Yeah.
Right. And everlasting joy shall be upon their heads. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away.
Sorrow and mourning shall flee away, man. And you see that happening with the month of Purim. Hey, but of course, we was brought more into captivity, right? We was brought into this Babylonian captivity, but just know that there's nothing new under the sun. Same way the Lord delivers out of Egypt, the Lord delivers out of the hand of Haman, the Lord delivers out of the hand of the Greeks. The Lord is going to deliver us the same way, right? Yeah.
Verse 12. I, even I, am he that comforted you. Who art thou, that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man, which shall be made as grass?
That's right. I'm gonna get on Baruch 4:22. It says, "For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior." So you guys out there need to stop calling on the name of sweet Jesus and call upon the name of Yahweh Shah, because he died for you, he died for your sins. And that's the only way we're going to be delivered from this place. And it's the only way we're going to be delivered from our enemies. Verse 23, it says, "For I sent you out with mourning and weeping, which we have come upon us. But the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever." And that is the key, that for everlasting joy. All right. We was mourning, we were weeping, but the Lord is taking us from that and giving us that everlasting joy. Right. Verse 24, "Like as now the neighbor of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from the Most High, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting." All right. So they seen our captivity. So these neighbors know. The nations know. They know we went into captivity. They know we're the children of the Most High. Right? They know. But now they also going to see us the strangers of our salvation. All right. They're going to see that. Verse 25, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High." From who? The Most High. "For thy enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck." And that's what happened over here. Mordecai prevailed, all right, and they threaded upon the neck of our enemies, man. In the month of, in the 3 days of Purim, it's the feast of Purim, okay, in which we're going to have the same energy that's going to happen to these Edomites, Babylonians, man, okay, these Assyrians, these Romans, these Greeks, right? Esau, we're going to thread upon their necks and put them in chains and put them in captivity. That's going to happen. And that's the hope. And that's the patience of the faith, patience of the saints. All right? Let me go back to Esther 9, and where was that? 22. It says, "And as the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was like here."
We
Hey,
cut this.
Shalom, Slakia. Satan try to mess with the connection.
Esau.
Yeah, man, it blanked out. I had to log back in with the connection, man. He don't like the fact that we just said that. Okay, man. Look at that, Shabbat Shem Dutch, man. Most are gonna destroy our enemy, man.
Gosh.
Back at Esther 9 and 22, it says, "As the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, from mourning unto a good day, that they should make them days of fasting." All right. Salaki, "make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another and gifts to the poor." Verse 23, and the Jews undertook to do as they had begun, and as Mordecai had written unto them. Verse 24, because Haman, the son of Methodah, the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews, had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and had cast pur, that is a lot, to consume them and to destroy them. Verse 25, but when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which is devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head, and that he and his sons should be hanged on gallows. Let me get a precept real quick. All right. Let me get let me get let me get Let me get Proverbs 11 and 5.
Proverbs 11 and 5.
Yeah.
Proverbs 11 and 5. Proverbs 11 and 5. The righteous of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness.
Yeah. He might fall in his own wickedness, because we read how Haman, he tried to devise against us, right?
Yep.
But he was the one that fell. All right. What verse was that we just read? Yeah. He was the one that fell. He was the one that was destroyed by his wicked devices, right?
Mm-hmm.
His sons be hanged on gallows. Go ahead.
Continuing Proverbs.
Yeah.
That's what's Proverbs 11 and
6.
Verse 7. When a wicked man dieth, his
You read 6. You started at 5.
Verse 6. This is Proverbs 11 and 6. The righteous of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness.
In their own naughtiness. Hey, but the righteous of the upright shall deliver them. But Mordecai stayed righteous. He stayed focused on Yahweh Shem Shah. When everyone was giving reverence to him, and what did Mordecai do? I'm not giving reverence to you, man. You're a clown. You're nobody. He stayed focused on Yahweh Shem Shah. But hey, the haughtiness of who? Read the last part of that scripture. The haughtiness what?
He said, verse 6, the righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but the transgression shall be taken in their own haughtiness.
That's right. Go ahead.
Verse 7, when a wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of his unjust and the hope of the unjust men perisheth.
That's right. That's powerful, because to this day, his expectation is going to perish. Yep. His spirit came back into, these Caucasians, they call themselves Europeans, Germans, Russians, Americans, whatever name they want to hide behind, but his expectation is going to perish. Mm-hmm. Why is his expectation going to perish? Let me get a scripture real quick. Let me get that real quick. What's that scripture? It would be possible to deceive. Let's get that. This is Matthew 24 and 24. For there shall arise false Christ, right? False Mashiachs, false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So his expectation shall fail. He's not going to deceive the elect. Okay? That spirit is not going to prevail. It's going to die. All right? Based the actions of our forefathers, remaining diligent and trusting in Yahweh Shem Shah. All right? Yeah, keep reading.
Proverbs 11, verse 8. The righteous is delivered out of trouble. The wicked cometh in his stead. Exactly, because this is exactly what I'm here with Mordecai and you know, Yahweh shall the power to change. He could change the process. You know, the whole way you dig for the righteous, you go fall in it. You know, so this here, like the scripture say, the righteous is delivered.
Call the verse out again.
That's verse 8.
Proverbs what?
Proverbs 11, verse 8. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. So the same hole where Mr. Homan dig and you want to hang all the Israelites, all the son get head, he die too. So that was the power of the Most High have. So if like you just have to have faith in the Most High, you know, like I say earlier on, when in Jacob trouble with the group of troopers, he had the ability and the power to make them just to make them shut down. You know, he could make them go crazy. You know, when they come to the Israelite, he could destroy them. You know, you just have to fear the Lord. You know, and he could do wonders. He could do work. You know, the group of troopers, I can't do this. You have to be in a humble state, and the Lord said, might make it go blind. Might make him just left and walk. He might just turn to the left hand and walk and leave you. Or just, you know, like he might get a veil over here, he might can't see you no more. And that he works the Lord could do. You know, that he kind of thing they could do. So this way do to Mordecai here, you know, he just changed, he just put Haman instead.
Let me get a precept. Psalms 57 and 6. They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit before me into the midst whereof they are fallen themselves. So that same pit, you know, they fell into them themselves. All right. You can't overthrow the Most High's elect and righteous, man. All right. That snare is going to be upon your own soul. All right. Give me Psalm 7 and 15.
Psalm 7 and 15. Psalm 7 and 15. He made a pit and dig it, and it fallen into the ditch which he made.
That's right. And it was over here devising against the children of Israel. Now, like it says, like it tells you in Esther 9 and what was that we read? 25? Yeah, 25. The same devices, it came upon him, his sons, all of them was hanged on gallows. Right? I'm gonna get Proverbs 28 and 10. Whosoever causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit, but the upright shall have good things in possession. All right. So the scriptures clearly tell you can't plot against Yahweh Shem Shah's chosen, right?
Right.
Give me Ecclesiastes 10 and 8.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 8.
Break it down.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh an hedge, a serpent shall bite him.
That's right. So you dig in that pit, you're gonna fall right into that pit. And that's what Esau does, set up shop. What he do? Bring guns into the community. It started affecting his people. You got Esau running into schools, running into movie theaters, shooting up the schools. You put drugs into the community to destroy us. What happened? The most people that strung out on crack and coke and drugs is what? The Edomites. They're
Right.
bugged out. They're all drugged out. It didn't destroy us, but it eventually fell upon their own people.
Right.
Right? Trying to push that homosexual vibration. What did happen? All you Edomites is homosexuals, pedophiles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, you want to push false doctrines and false philosophies among our people, and look who's the most bugged out nation on Babylon. Esau, claiming that he can be a goat, or the dog family. The women talking about free the titties, the slut shame walk. All these pits and things you set up, it fell upon you. You want to put
Right.
out mandates, put out the Vanessa. Hey, Esau, what did Esau do? Nah, this is my right. Storming the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's all falling upon you.
That's right.
Right? Now let's
Khan,
get back to
I'll something to back that up for you.
Khan.
It's Psalm 37. I'm gonna start from 14. Psalm 37, verse 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation, which is us. We have the upright conversations, which, like I just said, linebacker, we just said this, we're doing all these things. We are not be doing all this dispensaries and all these things we're doing, setting up trap, bending the bow to shoot the arrow to keep the upright conversation. We the only person have the upright conversations. Nobody else have the upright conversation. We the only pushing the truth.
That's right.
The doctrine. Khan, verse 15. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. Like Mordecai.
Hey, who fell on their sword? Wasn't that in the book of Judas?
Yeah, Khan. Yeah, Judas. Yeah, Khan.
What's his name again?
Polyphrons?
Yeah. Did he fall on his sword?
The wicked guy, Polyphrons?
Yeah.
That was the wicked one, Polyphrons, yeah.
He fell on his sword, right?
No, that's Saul from the sword.
Oh, Saul. Okay. Oh yeah, Holophon's got his head cut off.
Yeah.
He got his head cut off. But hey, he still got killed with the sword though. You know what I'm saying? Yep. He was plotting against, our people as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, that was it right to teach.
All right, let me get back to Esther 9 and 26. It says, wherefore they called these days Purim, after the name of Pur. Therefore, all the words of this letter and of that which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them, verse 27, and the Jews ordained and took upon them and upon their seeds and upon all such as joined themselves unto them, so as it should not fail, that they should keep these 2 days according to the writing and according to the appointed time every year. Verse 28. And that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation, every family, every province, every city, and that these days of Purim should not fail from among the Jews, nor a memorial of them perish from their seed. So these are days that we gotta observe and keep.
Right. We're not supposed to forget it, We're supposed to keep it in the generation. We're not supposed to forget it, We're not supposed to fail.
Exactly.
It's not supposed to fail. It's supposed to be pushing right through. It's supposed to be the Purim is a great day.
It's a great day, but that's why scripture says we're bringing you back into remembrance. Real quick, give me Jeremiah 17 and 4.
Jeremiah 17 and 4. Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I have gave thee.
Yeah, break that down.
Yeah, well, this is exactly what we've been discontinued for. And that's why we don't know our heritage today. because the Lord discontinued for our sin, for our transgression. So we've been discontinued. You know, so this is why these holidays are not being glorified today. You know, everybody forget it. That's why a great day like today, what Jake thinking about? Happy Valentine to buy a heart, a chocolate, and teddy bear. You know, so this really, you know, this all these corrosion.
Exactly.
You know?
Hey, see, it says they departed from their heritage. Who's that talking about, man? Them Jew, them so-called, you know, Jews over there, they claim to be the children of Israel. There's got to be talking about you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You departed, you discontinue from your heritage. This is why you're not following the month of Purim. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that. But hey, this is why the Lord brought the teachers back. I'm gonna get Jude 1 and I'm gonna get Jude 1 and 5. It says, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this. We once knew this. That's why it tells you that we should not forget these all the days of our life. Though you once knew this, right? How that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. So we're dealing with Elishad, a terrible demon-like power. All right. We got to remember what the Lord delivered us. We got to remember who had us in captivity. We got to remember these things, man. But no, you people want to remember Donald Trump, right? You want to remember George Floyd getting shot, right? A bunch of, you know, non-spiritual things that has, you know, no significance with, you know, us remembering the true and one and only Savior. You know, which is Yahweh Bashin Yahushua. Go back to you got something?
That's no, I'm not good.
Go back to Esther 9 and
we stopped on I think 27, 29.
Yeah. Then Esther the queen. And Esther the queen and the daughter of Abihail and Mordecai the Jew wrote with all authority to confirm this second letter of Purim, verse 30. And he sent the letters unto all the Jews to the 127 provinces of the kingdom of Azarus, with words of peace and truth. Verse 31, to confirm these days of Purim to their times appointed, according to Mordecai the Jew and Esther the queen had enjoined them, and as they had decreed for themselves and for their seed the matters of the feasting and their cry. And the decree of Esther confirmed these matters of Purim, and it was written in the book,
which is the soul of this, right?
the scrolls, which is the Bibles. So this is our history. This is our heritage. This is what you shall be observing, man.
Our heritage, gone.
Hey, man, it's powerful. You know, days to reminisce, feast. You know, you guys don't got to turn up on Thanksgiving and Christmas and Valentine's Day. You know, yeah, you get up with your family and feast about Purim. Yeah, we overcame our enemies.
Yep.
Saying, hey, what are you doing in Thanksgiving? That's dumb. That's them feasting about coming over your brother, the Native Americans.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to get a turkey on the day of Purim? Put a goddamn turkey out. Get some wine. Get some lamb. Get the turkey. Get some lamb. I'm saying feast. I'm saying get up with your bros. Get up with the family. 3 days to feast and turn up. It's not the Passover where Passover is not a turn up situation. You want to mourn. You want to think about Yahweh Shai dying for us. You want to think about the Lord delivering us from Egypt. You know what I'm saying? But Purim is a celebration, man. We overcame our enemies. But only the remnant is going to do that, man.
That's right.
It's set up to teach our people.
Right.
Clean our hands, you know? That's about it, man. Powerful edification. You know, you got anything else you want to say or add? Only precept. Bring it out.
Okay, well, I just want to say that, yeah, it was powerful. That I really happy to be a part of this high holy day. You know, this it's great to know the true, our true high holy days, and I think to celebrate this was a great day in time. You know, with Esther. You know, to let Eve know, like Eve supposed to be let it have good Eve. You know, righteous Eve who was humble to serve the Lord. You know, and this was a day. You know, this is a day for Eve supposed to know. You know that woman, it had great women in the Bible too who served the Lord.
Exactly.
This
Look
is a
after
great,
Esther. Look after Judas. The
yeah,
children should know about these stories, man.
yep. This was a great day for for Jake and Eve to sit down and to reminisce on the past, and Mordecai. You know, two great role model for Eve and for Jake. Two great role model for you to continue on pushing the truth and to live following the law. But you don't want to hear that. You were a teddy bear, and you were cake, and you were diamond ring, and you were your boyfriend just stretching out, or you stretching Jake out to get killed.
Hey,
Jake
man.
like right now looking to get diamond for girlfriend because he can't come empty Valentine, and they're pushing his Valentine spirit and pressure in Jake, yo.
Pressuring Jake. Got Jake
Jake,
feeling all bad and sad. They ain't do nothing for their
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
All right.
When a big
Terrorizing him. Terrorizing Jake. Hey,
yeah,
man. Hey, you got next coming up the Feast of First Fruits, man. Let's observe that. We got high holy days to observe, man. And we
yeah,
just rehearsing, man. You know we in a captivity, but we still rehearse.
man.
All right, man. All right.
Con, to what I teach.
Man, great job, man. You know, just Lord willing, this was edifying. Through spend power about Shah. You know, first and foremost, we want to give all praises to Yahweh,
Yeah,
Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakadash.
con.
You can repeat after that again.
Power by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Rakal Kadash.
Yeah, number one, it's the apostles of great millstone who rule well. Special salutations to the hopefully elect by Yahweh, the house of David, into the confusion and faces scattered across the four corners of the globe. Shalom to the priests and the elders and shepherds of Berea camp. Lord willing, you know, this was edifying, man. You know, till next sit down. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, priest. Great job.
Con.